Introducing the new Majacraft range of stick shuttles for weaving. In this video we're going to be featuring the Wave Shuttle, which is a wonderful tool for creating wave patterns and design features in your weaving, specifically designed for the dynamic heddle loom, but it will work with any rigid heddle. Okay, so I've just got my yarn through the shed. Here's my first row or pick. And I'm going to change the sheds and run my shuttle straight back through again. Now, instead of taking this all the way through, I'm going to stop halfway and I'm going to beat. So when you're using this wave shuttle, you don't need to use the beater at all in the heddle. We're just using the shuttle itself to do the beating. And I'm going to continue on and pull that through, change the shed, and same thing, come back, stop part way, beat that into place, and continue on through. Change the shed. Now, there aren't really any special tricks to using this, but I have certainly found that if you want to keep the wave effect nice and defined in the weaving, then it's quite good to use a warp thread that's not too smooth or slippery, so it kind of holds on to the weft as it goes through, and also after it's taken off the loom. Just going to beat, continue on through. So it's a really smooth way of creating this. I don't need to stop and use an extra beater or use a different shuttle. It's all in one. You just got to remember to change the shed, slide it through, and you can vary the patterns that you make. I'll get a different colour and show you how that looks. So one of the cool things about this shuttle, is that it has different shapes on each side. So this has more pronounced waves, and this has more of a gentle curve. And you can swap it around and vary the amount of curve that you get. And I'm going to do that now with my grey. I'm just going to run that through there. And we'll change the shed. Okay, I'm just going to come back the other way. And just like before, I get part way across and I'm going to beat. And I think I'll bring this so that my points are meeting up there. So you can move it up and down or across the weaving, depending on where you want those angles to be. I've just got enough left for one more. Okay, just got to beat that into place. And carry on through. So you can see how that really varies the pattern and gives you gaps and different angles and curves through the weaving. It's really fun. So there's a couple of things to keep in mind just to get the best results. And one is keeping your tension as even as you can across the width of your warp. If you have one area that has less tension than the other, it's going to vary the amount of wave that you can get, especially once you've taken it off the loom. Also, when you're choosing your warp and weft material, I think you get a better effect if your warp is a lot finer than the weft you're using, because you really want your weft to be the feature, not the warp. So choosing yarns that will give you a thicker weft, I think that gives, you can see here, it gives you quite a nice definition. It really stands out, even though these are quite similar colours. So I would choose a finer warp and a thicker weft. Bring that back down. So this is giving me a nice undulating pattern. I've warped this with one of the finer heddle segments in it. I think this is the tend end. Because I wanted it as even as possible, because if you have a nice even warp, I know you can mix and match, and I usually do for this with the heddles and reed sizes, but if you have it even all the way across, it's actually going to give you a more defined wave, and the wave will come out more as you expect it to. If you have wider gaps and narrower gaps, it's going to affect the way the wave works. So I would recommend having the same reed segments all the way across. I really like how the uneven wavy beater creates this lovely undulating shape through the weave, where it's compacted some of the warp and weft more than others, so it gives a really nice shape and line. This is the same yarn as the warp, and so is this. This is thicker, and this is a textured yarn. So you get in the same one that you're using the same yarn, you can see more of the pattern, and when you're using the textured, it gives you this lovely shape. I hope you'll enjoy the Majacraft Wave Shuttle as much as I do. Please don't hesitate to contact your local dealer for more information and ordering, and happy weaving!